Hello, everyone. Today, I want to talk about the difference between surviving and thriving. This is a talk that I've been giving for a number of years, and it's never been in a time where the difference between the two, surviving or thriving, is as apparent as it is today. There are some key characteristics with this, and as you understand these, you can really create more peace, love, and joy in your life. First, I want to look at what surviving looks like. We are born with five basic needs. The need for safety, the first need is our physiological food, water, shelter, excretion, then safety, then love and belonging and esteem. And the fifth one, and these were developed by Abraham Maslow in his hierarchy of needs. The fifth one is self-actualization. That's living autonomously, making choices for yourself, blending in it with life in a way that supports you and everyone around you. But most people have always been stuck on surviving because we get stuck in our basic needs. Here are some of the common personality traits of survivors. Typically, they're going to have reactions of fear. When it takes over, it incapacitates them from taking action. It causes you to get lost, or you can't act because you get frozen and you're not sure what to do because your entire focus is on the physical. It's outside of you. Another characteristic of it is survivors have a unique ability to endure hardship because they expect they're going to encounter that during their life. And we're certainly in a place right now where in the physical, there's a tremendous amount of hardship. We don't know what's going to happen. Survivors also feel very uncomfortable when they get into difficult situations. And today, with this pandemic, we're definitely in a difficult situation externally. Because of that, survivors use the limited resources that they have available, and those are basically just your five senses and logic. But yet it's all fear-based. And when it's fear-based, it's always giving you the ability to hope for the best, but you're preparing for the worst. You're expecting the worst to happen. Survivors are focused outside of themselves on money and material things. I need more food, I need this, I need that. It's a struggle between force and power. People that are in survival are always working from a place of force. Survivors also are in a situation where they're either feeling better than or less than everyone else around them. They expect bad things to happen because of their fear-based mentality. It's, am I going to make it? Can we get through this? There isn't enough. Using your five sensory resources, what happens is you're only able to work with your five senses and using your head and logic, but your head can only, and your mind can only give you references from the past. All you're doing is bringing the past into the present moment. So it's like living with a blindfold on and recreating the same results over and over again. There's a focus on shortage. There's not enough. It's a lack-based mentality when we're surviving. Survivors also have a unique characteristic when you're living from a place of survival, because in survival, there's always a winner and a loser. That's the way survival works. Always measuring results, which creates a life that's full of judgment because you're always comparing yourself to someone else. So what's the outcome if you're living in the survival-based mentality? The outcome has to be suffering. It has to create problems, pain, and anguish, resentments, jealousy, anger, a very deep craving to have more. You see, when we use our minds from a survival base, We're always in a position of protecting ourselves. We're only interested in protecting ourselves. And when we have that lack of safety, it can only create more fear. Like today, one of the things I've done is stop watching the news because it's fear based, it's sensationalism with what's going on, and it doesn't support who I am on the inside. When you come from the inside, heart based, a heart based life, you can thrive. The difference between surviving and thriving is this: when you're thriving, you can make choices with gratitude, and you know that you have the ability to create peace, joy, and abundance in your life at all times. You're facing difficult situations and you're making choices that are based on love when you're thriving. It's a continued focus on your intentions for life. Survivors have a tendency to focus on expectations, what they expect to happen. When you're thriving, I have intentions in life. My intentions haven't changed. This is just a mere little interruption and disruption to what's going on. Another thing that when you're thriving, you're able to use the unlimited resources of the universe, which I'm going to get into in a second. But this is where our intuition comes from. Intuition is that gut feeling, the knowing you have inside of yourself. Yet it won't make sense when you're looking at the physical because it's a feeling. It hasn't appeared in the physical, but that's what intuition is. You'll notice most women are very intuitive because most women are very heart based. They deal with feelings. And when we're thriving, it's our heart is the engine that connects us to all the resources that are available. When you're thriving, you know how to formulate a game plan and follow through. And today, a great game plan is to have a daily set of, I was going to say ritual, but you want to have an agenda for yourself so that each day you have something to follow and you don't get lost in your mind and in the fear. Thrivers can concentrate and use their key resources to add value to any situation. But the key resources you're going to find always come from within. When you're thriving, your life, your personal life, work, financial life has clarity and purpose. People that thrive typically have a good team of advisors. Now, when I talk about a good team of advisors, it's other heart-centered individuals that you can share with transparently to understand exactly what's going on and to connect heart to heart, not to have conversations where you're coming from your head. Oh, I think this is going to happen and the government isn't doing this right. And did you see what that happened? And always from a fear-based perspective. You see, when you're thriving, there's never winners and losers. We're there to support a situation with love. And when you're coming from love, you're always going to get the best outcome possible, regardless of what that outcome is. It doesn't matter. People that are thriving get great counsel. They act with responsibility so that they can set their path straight by making choices, not decisions. Decisions come with stress. Decisions come with a finality to it that this is what this is my decision and I'm sticking to it. When you come from responsibility and choice, you can make a choice, you can evaluate energetically how it feels. Is it helping everybody involved? And when you do that, you're able to instantly make another choice. You can change. It's okay because you're always working for the benefit of all involved. Let's look at some of the results and what thriving looks like. It's present moment awareness. This is all we ever have is the present moment. Your mind cannot come in to the present moment. Let me repeat that. Your mind can't come to the present moment because the only thing that your mind can do is research the past. You you hear something, you have to go back to your past experience. But when you're in the present moment and responding from a place of love, you come from a place of feelings and understanding what's going to be the benefit of all involved. It means when you're thriving that you're open to all possibilities. You have an acute awareness that the universe is abundant. The universe is omnipotent, it's abundant, it's for everyone. There's plenty for everyone. It's creating a win-win situation for everybody that's involved. It's being grateful for every experience. Thriving means you always come from a focus of being of service to others. How can I serve others and help out in a way that will help alleviate their suffering, bringing love to a situation that needs more compassion and concern? So when we're surviving, we're measuring, looking at better than, less than with others. But when you're thriving, we're equal. We understand that we're all equal. Everybody's equal. We're just at different places on our spiritual path. They may not appear to be something that's attractive to you, even from a place of thriving, but love is a new mirror that you can reflect to anyone, so that love will allow you to create the best outcome for any situation you're in. It's a heart-based action. With thriving, we use multisensory resources. I'm going to talk about those in a second, about the universal laws and what that means. It's connection with one another transparently with intimacy. It's based on how you're feeling. It's based upon what's going on inside of you, so that you can change your energy to a place of love that's going to be the benefit of everyone around you. Having an appreciation for everything in life. Even today, as we're in quarantine going through this, it's creating more time for me to get things done. It's creating intentions where I'm connecting with people personally on a daily basis to not only assist and help them, but it also assists and helps me maintain my place of thriving in love. It's about possibilities, potential, and expansion. The universe is only about expansion. Let me just take a minute to run through the 7 basic universal laws, because we live in 2 dimensions. We live in the physical, but we have a non-physical dimension, and that's the universe. And you know, they're sending spaceships out and they just can't find the end of it. They keep finding new things. The universe is infinite. There's 7 basic laws that run the universe. The first one is this, is that everything comes from nothing, which means you can create anything you desire, but in order to create it, you must do it energetically, because the universe only works with energy. The second universal law is the law of correspondence. As above, so below. What does that mean? That means your body, mind, and spirit are aligned exactly to how you feel. If you're feeling survival and fear, then body, mind, and spirit is going to be aligned that way. If you're thriving with love, your body, mind, and spirit will be aligned that way. The third one is everything's a vibration. Everything in the universe vibrates. This is why our heart is so important, and coming with a vibration of love makes such a difference. Those 3 laws are fixed. Everything comes from nothing, the law of correspondence, and everything's a vibration. They're fixed. They're like the law of gravity. But there's 4 more, and these laws are transcendable. You can change them with energy. 1, the law of rhythm. What flows in must flow out. If fear is flowing in, flow out love. The law of polarity. There is duality in everything in the universe. Everything has the duality. There's hot and cold. There's love and hate. Everything is in duality in the universe. You can transcend the duality by coming from a place of love. You can literally change a physical situation with your energy. The next one is the law of cause and effect. Many people call this the law of attraction. For every cause, there's an effect, and every effect has a cause. There's something that creates it, there's an energy that creates it. If you're familiar with the law of attraction, that's what this is. You can attract anything you want to you, but you must do it energetically. You can't think it. It'll never happen when you think it. You have to create it energetically. Then there's the law of gender. Everything has masculine and feminine energy. Everything. Humans, plants, minerals, everything. So there's 7 laws, and the first 3 are fixed. And if you only remember one of these, remember the law of vibration. If your vibration is fear and survival, that's all you're going to see. That's all you're going to attract. If your vibration comes from a place of love and thriving, and know that we're in a situation that's going to change, it's going to change soon, because the universe is in a constant state of expansion and motion, and like attracts like. Just remember that vibration. You see, when you look at the difference between the head and the heart, our head can only work in the physical, and our head is only about protecting us. It can only protect us. That's the purpose of our ego and our mind. Our mind is a tool that we use on a daily basis, but our heart can create miracles. Our heart, through the energy, this is the source of energy for our being and what we share to everybody. And right now, more than any other time in our life, it's very important to be in touch with your heart, be in touch with how you feel, understand the 5 or 6 or 7 basic feelings: anger, loneliness, rage, peacefulness. Just look them up and start connecting through these feelings with your heart. Know how you feel, share your feelings with everyone, be in connection with other people that you can connect with transparently. Transparently means this is how I feel. Transparently does not mean this is what I'm thinking, because what happens is we have emotions. Every emotion that we have is tied to a story. You can't have an emotion without a story behind it. You can't have it. It's not possible. And when we research the past, what we're researching are times that we were here to learn lessons that no longer serve us. And you can transcend this with love if you'll stop surviving and start thriving. I hope that this message was of value to some of you. It's made a huge difference in my life. I've been teaching this now for 10 years, and I wish all of you many blessings and good health as we continue this new journey into our new world that we're experiencing at this moment. Namaste. Thank you all very much. I'm Bill Heinrich.